Namaste friends, welcome to Vedic Astral Science. We are back again with our discussion on odd, even or male and female signs. In the previous video, we have seen how this concept of odd, even or male female is used in calculation of planetary strength. Okay, that is the Sadabal and Sthanabal concept. And to determine the masculine and feminine balance in a native. Okay. So today we will look into another application of odd even or male female Rashis. We are going to see what are its application in determining the fertility potentials and genders of children. Okay friends, let me change the slide. Okay, in the video on conceptual part of male, female or odd even signs, we have already seen this table. Among these contents which are available in this table, we are going to talk about the Beeja or seed and Kshetra or field. Okay, that is highlighted in red color. You can see in the table. I am again specially highlighting it so that you can understand easily what we are going to discuss today. Okay. So Beeja or seed is nothing but the sperm, okay, or the fertility unit in a male, and Kshetra or field is nothing but the ovum in a female, okay. So just like when you want to grow some crops, you need a cultivable and fertile land or soil, you can say, and you also need that particular type of seed, okay, for whichever plant or crop you want to grow. So the beeja or seed must have the potential to grow, and also the field or kshetra or the cultivable land must not be barren, okay, it must be a fertile one in order to fertilize the seed and promote growth. Okay, so let us see what roles they play in determining the fertility potential in males and females. Here we need to find out the Beeja Sphuta and Kshetra Sphuta of the native. Okay, for males you need to find out the Beeja Sphuta because you need to determine the health and potency of the sperm, and for females you need to determine the Kshetra Sphuta because you want to check the potency of the ovum. Okay, so how to find them out and what are they, we will know in the next slide. Alright friends, I have changed the slide. Here you can see that Beeja Sphuta indicates the male fertility potential and Kshetra Sphuta indicates the female fertility potential. Okay, to find out Beeja Sphuta, we need to add the Surya Sphuta, Guru Sphuta and Shukra Sphuta. Okay, this is for a male native, you need to find the Beeja Sphuta. So for the calculation, you need to add the longitudes of Sun, Jupiter and Venus respectively. Okay, and to determine the Kshetra Sphuta, as you can see in the slide, Kshetra Sphuta determines the female fertility potential. You need to add up the longitudes of Moon, Jupiter and Mars. Okay, this is for female. Okay friends, let us move to the next slide to understand the Beeja Sphuta concept in depth. Here I have changed the slide again. So you can see here that three planets are here: Sun, Jupiter and Venus, which we must need to take into consideration for the calculation of Beeja Sphuta or male potency. So now let us understand why we have taken, or the sages have taken, these three particular planets for understanding the male potency or determining the Beeja Sphuta. Okay, so why Sun is important? Sun is the natural significator of father in astrology. Okay, Sun represents the universal fatherly principle. Also, in Kalpurus Kundali, Sun is the natural ruler of the fifth house, the house which shows children, especially the birth of first child. Okay. Now let us see Jupiter. Jupiter himself is the Karak of children, especially it stands for male issues. Apart from that, Guru rules over the ninth house in Kalpurus Kundali. Information about progeny can be traced from ninth house as well, being the Bhavat Bhavam from fifth house. Because ninth house is Bhavat Bhavam from the fifth house, it is the fifth from the fifth house, we can trace the information about the birth of children from ninth house also. Okay, from fifth house as well as from the ninth house. So apart from that, Jupiter is Karak planet of both fifth house and ninth house. Okay, and Jupiter is also significator of several other houses. Okay, let me show you in the next slide. So here you can see what are the houses which is signified by Jupiter. Okay, or Jupiter is Karak planet for all these houses: the second house, fifth house, ninth house, 10th house, and 11th house. So Jupiter is significator of second house, and as the second house is the 10th from the fifth house, it signifies the karma of your children. Okay, so second house shows the family, okay, the family of the native, and it is also the karma house for your children, right? Then if you see the 10th house being the 6th from 5th house, it signifies the prarabdha of children. Okay, and if you look at the 11th house, then being 5th from the 7th house, it represents the first child of your spouse. Okay, so all these houses are in some way or the other can be related to progeny prospects. Okay, the vibrations of progeny can be traced from several houses in combination. So we can say that the fifth house is the primary house for progeny prospects, but we should not depend entirely on the fifth house only. So you must also give importance to the ninth house and the fifth house from Jupiter, because Jupiter is the Karak of children, or Putra Karak Graha in astrology. So while analyzing the progeny prospects, you must look into all these details or parameters holistically. Okay. So let us not deviate more with the houses and move on to the Venus. Alright. Venus represents wife in a male chart. So the native must have a partner of opposite sex in order to produce children. Venus represents the Shukra or Virya or semen in man. The quality and health of the sperm can be determined from the condition of Venus in a male chart. Apart from that, Venus rules over the natural 7th house in Kalpurus Kundali. So Venus has a major say on the conjugal harmony and sexual potency of the native. Alright friends, now let us move to the next slide where we will discuss about the Kshetra Sphuta. Here we can see that the Kshetra Sphuta indicates female fertility potential. Okay, so here I have changed the slide. You can see that it is Kshetra Sphuta or female potency, or you can also call it field or Kshetra. Okay, so it basically signifies the health and condition of the ovum. Okay, that is female fertility unit. So in order to find out the Kshetra Sphuta, we need to add up the planetary longitudes of Moon, Jupiter and Mars, or you can say Chandra Sphuta, Guru Sphuta and Mangal Sphuta respectively. Let us move to the next slide to understand the Kshetra Sphuta in detail. Okay. So why Moon is important here? Moon signifies the universal motherly principle in astrology. Okay. Moon is directly associated with the menstruation cycle in females, and in Kalpurus Kundali, Moon rules over the natural fourth house, which represents the womb, the place where the fetus grows. Okay. The next planet is Jupiter. We have already talked about Jupiter in detail, so no need to repeat it. And finally, Mars or Mangal. Mars represents the male counterparts for female natives, okay? Or Mars can represent husband. So a male partner should be there in order to produce children. And Mars also represents the Raja or the menstrual blood in females. Both Moon and Mars are associated with the menstrual cycle in females. Moon and Mars must come in a certain alignment, okay, or must form a certain celestial relationship or mutual angular relationship, you can say, with each other in transit to trigger menstruation. Okay friends, let us move to the next slide for understanding the concept through an example chart. Alright friends, here we are. We are going to find out Beeja Sphuta and Kshetra Sphuta from the planetary longitudes given in the slide. First we will find out the Beeja Sphuta degrees. Okay, so let us go to the calculation part friends. Here we are. As you saw in the earlier slide that the sun is placed in 5 degrees 38 minutes Leo. Okay, so we have converted the longitude of sun in 360-degree format. Okay, so sun has traversed through 4 signs up to sign Cancer. Okay, so that is 4 multiplied by 30 equals to 120 degree up to sign Cancer, plus 5 degrees and 38 minutes of Leo. So the final longitude of sun is 125 degrees and 38 minutes, which I have mentioned here. Okay, here I am highlighting the portion so you can understand from where this 125 degrees and 38 minutes has come. Okay, in same way we have to take the longitude of Jupiter and Venus also and add all of them. Okay, so you can see the result. We have a total of 501 degrees and 29 minutes. As this total has exceeded the 360 degrees, which is the degree of a circle, or you can say the degrees of the total degree of the zodiac wheel. So you have to subtract that 360 from 501 degrees and 29 minutes. Okay, if it is more than 720 degrees, then you have to subtract 720 degrees from the final result. Okay, and then you obtain the resultant degrees and minutes, which is 141 degrees and 29 minutes, which means the Beeja Sphuta will be placed in 21 degrees and 29 minutes in the Leo sign. Okay, so for male natives, as the sign of Leo is an odd sign, it will be very good from progeny prospects, or you can say that the result shows good fertility potential of the native. Okay, all right friends, now let us see how to find the Kshetra Sphuta. So here we have taken the longitudes of Moon, Jupiter and Mars for the female native. Okay, and we have added them all, and the result which we have got here, you can see in the total, it is 605 degrees and 30 minutes. So again the resultant has exceeded the 360 degrees mark. So we have to subtract 360 degrees again from the sum total, and we finally obtained the degrees as 245 degrees and 30 minutes. Okay, so that is, the location will be 5 degrees and 30 minutes in Sagittarius sign. So Sagittarius is an odd sign, and as you know that for female fertility potential, even signs are good. Okay, so here we can come to the conclusion that the fertility potential of the female is not much promising. Okay, we have to check that degrees in other Vargas and Navamsas for final conclusion. So let us look at the Navamsa where these particular degrees are going. So you can see in the bottom the table of Kshetra Sphuta and Beeja Sphuta, that the Navamsa signs are also mentioned, okay, in the extreme right hand side. Okay, so the Kshetra Sphuta will be in Sagittarius in D1 or Rashi chart, and it will be in sign Taurus in the Navams. Okay, so in Rashi it is in odd sign, and in Navams it is in even sign. So we can conclude that the chances are 50-50. Okay, and if you look at the Beeja Sphuta Navams, then we have already find out that it is in sign Leo in D1 or Rashi chart, and the same will be placed in sign Libra in Navamsa chart. So Beeja Sphuta is placed in odd signs in both Rashi and Navamsa. Okay, so we can conclude that there is a fair enough chance or a very good fertility potential of the male. Okay, because Beeja Sphuta is placed in odd signs in both Rashi and Navams. Although we check the Rashi occupied by Beeja Sphuta and Kshetra Sphuta in Rashi chart and Navams, but the scope of this concept can be extended up to other Vargas as well. So in the methods like Sadavarga, Saptavarga or Dasavarga, you need to consider multiple Vargas. Okay, and then only you can come into final conclusion. So nowadays the importance of Navamsa has increased manifold, but it is not that other Vargas have become infertile or useless. Okay, so we can include other Vargas also. Also, let me tell you that the Beeja Sphuta and Kshetra Sphuta concept is only one of the tools for determining the fertility potentials. Okay, lot of other factors are also considered before giving a prediction on progeny prospects. Alright friends, the video is already gone beyond 20 minutes. So the gender determination of children part will be covered in a separate video. If you found this video useful, then please like the video and subscribe Vedic Astral Science for more such videos on astrology. Thanks for watching the video till the end. Happy learning and stay fine.